Hi, once more, my dear students. This is the second part of my lecture about normal development. With you is Professor Eman Ahmed Zaky, the head of the Pediatric Neuropsychiatry Unit, Department of Pediatrics, Faculty of Medicine, Shams University. Declare once more no conflict of interest. The intended learning outcomes of this part of the lecture include to let you be able to recognize the different categorical developmental milestones and to identify the detailed sequences of events of each category of developmental milestones. The different categories of developmental milestones include gross motor, visual and fine motor, hearing and language, and lastly, but by no means least, personal and social milestones. This diagram shows that developmental milestones act in um, act like a symphony, integrating all the milestones together to give the final outcome profile of the developmental pattern of any child or an individual. They include the gross motor and fine motor, which interact with the visual spatial abilities of an individual. They include language development, which depends on hearing, and non-verbal communication, together with the language, will give the social abilities of any child. Then we have the cognitive abilities, the self-care abilities, and lastly, the sphincteric control ability. The development of a child is a journey. It has many stops, and at last it will reach its final destination when the child reaches his adolescence. We can divide the developmental milestones according to the age of the child into the following. At birth, the child will start to form his ability to focus for a distance, and he will shape his preferences. At the age of 6 to 8 weeks, he will smile to maternal overtures. He will fix and follows, and he will be able to change his position from prone to ventral. And at the prone position, he will have his pelvis flat and his hips extended. While in the ventral position, he will hold his head up briefly. At the age of 3 months, he will hold his head up for a longer period, and he can wave goodbye. He will contact his parents or caregivers, and he will hold a rattle in his hand, turning to the sound ear level. At the age of 4 to 5 months, he will be able to reach out for objects. At the age of 6 months, he will transfer hand to hand. He will show, babble, sit with hands forward, and lift his head spontaneously from the supine position. At the age of 10 months, he will make the index finger approach, and he will be able to make the finger thumb opposition and wave bye bye easy. At the age of 13 months, he will cast objects, walk without support, and he can pronounce single words. At the age of 15 months, he will feed himself from a cup, and he will imitate all the household adults. At the age of 18 months, he will cast stops, he will make a tower of 3 cubes, he will walk well and scribble. At the age of 2 years, he will join 2 or 3 words to form a phrase or a sentence. He will pronounce about 50 words, run well, climbs, and ascend or descend downstairs, and he will make a tower of 6 to 7 cubes. At the age of 3 years, he will be mainly dry by day, with or without dryness at night. He will be able to dress himself and undress fully. He will climb upstairs and downstairs. He will alternate feet and ride a tricycle. These tables will show you the details of all developmental milestones, and they will be left for your abilities to self-learn. They will include the developmental milestones of gross motor, fine motor, speech and language, and social domains. Now, it is the time to end the second part of my lecture, and looking forward to seeing you in the third part of my lecture. Thank you.